Michaela Kate here, and I wanted to share another video on toxic leadership. And the best way I know to share about this specific trait, if you want to call it that, is to contrast two examples that are real life examples that I've been a part of. And the first is Team A. So Team A, my first interaction with them, one of the first things I do usually when I meet with the team is I say, tell me about your culture, tell me about, I don't know anything about you guys for the most part. What should I know about who you are as a company, as a team, etc. So, usually they go around the room and share different, words, traits, qualities that they think describe their team. And so Team A, my first meeting with them, there was kind of a collective, unanimous word that kept coming up among their team, and it was basically family. And getting to work with them over the past 2-3 years now, I've seen that so a part of their culture and their team. And the interesting thing is, within that, the word family has rarely come up in those months that I've worked with them. So in those beginning, that first time we met, they talked about family, they talked about relationships, they talked about, their tight-knit kind of community as a team and cross departments. But then, and the trust they have among each other. But then as the months went on, it was almost kind of like that trust, that family was just displayed in who they were. They didn't have to keep talking about it. They didn't have to keep sharing about it. I saw it and I keep seeing it. And it's one of the most probably healthy teams that I've worked with. And so contrast that to Team B. And what I find and what I see oftentimes is all of a sudden in those first meetings, you start to hear again the same vocabulary, trusting and community, and we're loyal to each other and commitment and all those things. And then all of a sudden, it's the only thing that I hear is that those words that all sound good and they have the right intention, but it's never displayed. And so I find with some of the more, unhealthy and kind of oftentimes toxic leadership is it becomes talk. And if so, you have a leader who's talking about trust and talking about loyalty and talking, and it's never displayed. There's usually a lot of red flags to go along with that. And so it's just something to be mindful of, even when you're sitting in an interview. Even in normal relationships, you don't talk about the things that make them good and healthy. Maybe from time to time, and like those occasional times that I'm with that Team A, they'll talk about, man, it feels so good that we're just connected and we're family and we're on the same page. But you don't keep repeating it. It's just lived in who you are. And so, things to think about, even when you're going on an interview or if you're moving to a new area and trying to meet new people and friends, look for the core of just who people are. And usually they don't have to keep pronouncing it to the world how, trustworthy and amazing they are, or whatever it might be. But something just to be mindful of, aware of when it comes to just toxic, unhealthy leadership. But also something on the healthy end to be aware of is just, do they naturally just display healthy traits, qualities, and don't always have to shout it from the rooftop. So hope that's helpful, and keep sending your questions in. Until next time.